You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to reproduce the figure that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen in isometric projection. Now, when you hear the word isometric projection, first thing that you should do is for you to draw your isometric axis, right? That is, you draw your y, x, and z axis in this fashion. You can see that. Now, the next thing you do here is to get the entire height. Now, if you look at the figure closely, the height will be located on this axis, right? That's where you should start with your height from. So if you look, we have from this center here to this center here is given to be what? 60, right? Then the radius of this arc here is given to be what? Is given to be 20. Why? Because from one end to the other end is 40, so the radius is what? 20. The same thing applies to the one down here. The rest of this here also is was 20. So if you add 20 plus 60 plus 20, that will give us what? 100. So the height of this figure is given to be what? Is given to be 100. So I am going to measure 100 from here. So from 0 to what? To 100. Can you see that? Now, the next thing is the width. If you look at the thickness, the width from here to here, that will be what? 40 altogether. That will be giving us what? 40 because of this base here. So giving us 40. So I'll measure from 0 to 4. That is what? 40 at this point. Similarly, the length here was giving us, if you look at this closely, from this end to this end here is 40. From this end of 40 to this center here is 20, making 60. The radius of this arc is what? Is 20, making what? 80. So the entire length here is what? Is 80. So I'm going to measure 80 from here. From 0 to what? To 8. And that is 80. Then I'm going to take them up in this fashion. So from here, I'll take this up. From here, I'll take this up. Right? And I'll close here too. From here, I'll draw an arc this way. I'll turn it. And from here, I'll draw an arc this way too. And I'll do the same thing here too. Which I'll close here too. Hope you can see that. So let's zoom it up and see what will happen. This is what we have. Let me take it up a little bit more. So after we've done that, let's bring out this thickness here. The thickness there you can see, start from the base here, is given to what? 12. So I am going to measure 12 from this end here, 0 to 12. Can you see that? Then I'll take it up a little bit. Hope you can see that. Let me make it more visible. Now aside that, since the thickness is 40, I also measure the 40. What I have here, that is what I'm going to mark here. So let me just bring that out so you see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to measure 40 from here. and I'll take that point up too. Can you see that? So if it is 40, from here to here is 40. Also, I'll mark up also to be what? 40. So I'll close it up. Are we there? I'm going to take it up. So I'm going to close this point up here. I'll close it up too. I'll close it up too. And also here too. And I will close it up too. So I brought out that box as you can see. Alright. So I'll bring out that box as you can see. So aside that you do the same thing. You join diagonals. You're going to do what? You're going to join diagonals. Let me first of all complete this. So if I should join this diagonal here, this way, I'll also join this diagonal too, this way. Can you see that? Aside that, to get the center, I'll join the other diagonals too this way. So I only just need it this way to get the center here. I'll join this diagonal to this diagonal to give me the center of the figure. So I'll just draw my vertical line downward. I'll cross it this way. So what I'm needing here is this point 1, 2, 3, and what? 4. Are we there? So if you look at that figure closely, you discover that we have an arc there. So I'll draw my arc at that point. So from here, I'm going to draw the arc from this point. Once I place it here, to this 3, I'll get the arc. Let's start with front line first. Then I'll join the end here to 2. Then I'll join the other end here to 4. Can you see that? So I also need this point here. So once I place it here, I'll connect from here to here. That's the key. And similarly, I'm going to transform the point from this end, from this diagonal to this diagonal, with the help of my instrument here. If I should do that, I'll be needing this point here. So from that point, that is where I'll place my instrument here, the compass. Then I'm going to draw this way, so that I can close it up just like you can see from the screen. You can see that. Now the next thing is, before I proceed, there's a circle in here, and it has a diameter of what? Of 16. So using the radius of what? Of 8. So if I should measure it on my meter rule this way, I should measure it on my meter rule this way, from 0 to 8 here, right? And I'll place it here. I'll strike 8 here, 8 here, 8 here and what? 8 here. So I'm going to close it up this way. So this is where I'm going to draw my other circle. But before I do that, I'm going to connect from this end to this end and from this end to this end. This is what we have here. So once I place my compass at this end here, I'll be able to draw this. Let's start with faint line first. This is here too. And I do the same thing. Hope you can see that. And also here too, faint line. You do the same thing. That way. So once you've done that, now we'll proceed by using faint line first of all. Now go to the top also. You measure the same 40 since the diameter from here to here is 40. We want to do it here too also 40. So I'm still using the same measurement from here to here is 40. I'll just strike down to 40. I'll come here also. I'll strike here 40. So let me close that up. Right? Let me just close this up this way. Right? That's what we have to do. That's the 40 we have. And also I'll mark the 40 here. 40. We do that very well. Since I'm from here, I got this. And I got this. So I'll come here too. I'll get this. So I'll take it up. And I'll close it up too. Can you see that? And here too. Can you see that? So the thickness is 12, just like you see here. From here to here is 12. And the other end too is 12 in two sides. So if I take the thickness here, right, from here to here is 12, we know that. So I can come here and I'll mark from here 12. I'll come here also, I'll mark from here 12. I'm doing them simultaneously. Then I'm going to close it up this way. And here too, this way. All together. And I'll bring it down this way. And here too. Right? And here too. Now close here. Hope you can see that. To the other point too. Join the diagonals. Is that again? So after you've done that, you need to get the center. So if I should join this diagonal, this end to this other end here, this will be the center. So I will be having this. See what I'm about to do. From this center, which is half of it is 20, I'll get this. Right? So similarly, I'll mark all the 20 through. So this is the center, this is the center, this is the center, and this is the center along those diagonals. So if I come to this plane here for this center, I'll get this. Right? If I come to this other plane here too for the center, I'll get this. Then this plane for the center, I'll get this. So let's start with the first plane. Let's start with A, B, C, and D. Let's start with that. So I'll draw a line across this way, just like what I have here. So take from D to this end here, and take from D to this end here. Hope you can see that. We're having this and this. When you from this end, you draw an arc to this point, and from this end, you draw an arc to this point. We're having these 2 points here. Shall we proceed? Yes, let's do that. So you will now take your, check your diagram very well. We just want to draw an arc like this. Start again. So when I do that, I'll place it here, take it to this end here, and I'll draw this. Now see that? Now come here too, take it to this end here. I'll do the same thing. Can you see that? So I can easily just join this end to this end here, taking it out. So what I've done here, I'll replicate it for other points. There you can see. Over there. So let me to zoom it up a little bit, so we can have a clearer view. So let's move. So to transfer that point, I'll come here, this diagonal, transfer this point to the other to the rest of the diagonals. That is here, right here, and whereas again. Let me complete this. This is what we have here. This is the diagonal of this. So let's not get it twisted. The first one. And here. Can you see that? Now do the side for the other point too. Here, here, and here. So we're moving. So once I've done that, I can now from here look at the diagram very well. If I place it at this end on this plane here, we are considering plane P, Q, R, and what? X. That's the place. So I place that X here. I'll come to this point here. I'll draw another arc here. Hope you can see that. And I'll come to this point I marked here, to this point, and I'll just draw a semicircle, but I'll not complete it because I can easily use this to close it up. Hope you can see that. As you can see from the um, figure at the right hand side. So here is one arrow is pointing. The same thing too, I'll do it for the other part also. I want to consider E, F, G, and what? H. So if I come to H here, I'll come here, I'm going to do the same thing. So see that? I'll come to this point here, and I'll do this. So I'll just stop here. So I'll come to, I'll just stop here, I'll not stop here, I'll come here. Here I'll stop. Then I'll come to the other one also. I'll do the same thing. I want to consider W, X, Y, and Z. That is W, X, Y, and what? And the other Z here. So let me bring it down so you see what I'm talking about. And Z here. Can you see that? So I'll just place it at this point here to this end here. Then I'm going to draw this. Then I'll place it here also. And I'll close it up. So I can easily use my meter rule and I'll look it up. Hope you can see that. So the next thing I am going to do is, from what we have here, we have this center. From this center here downward, I'm going to measure 20. So this center, this is the line here. So I'll measure what? 20 downwards from that line. So see what I'm doing here? From 0 to what? To 20. This is stopping. I'll now draw a line downward this way to touch those faint line. Those faint line. Those faint line. Then the thickness is giving us from here to here, which is 12. So I'm going to measure 12 downward too. From 0, 10, 11, 12 here. Then I'll close it up. So I can take in some of this part here now. So if I should take in from here to this point, closed. Here also is closed. Right? So I can easily bring this down. Also bring this down. You can have this way. So I can take this in this way. Hope you can see that. And also there's a fillet here also. It's very small. So I can be using just my hand to do that. Right? Let me bring that out a little bit here. Right? And this a little bit here. Out there. Now I can take in the rest part that we have here. And I can also take in all this arc. So let's do that first of all. So that's what we have. And also this is also what to take in. Now if you look here closely, you discover that there's a circle at each of these points here. So and the radius, we know the same radius of this here, the same circle, that is 8. Right? Measure 8 on your compass, come to the center and mark 8 up, 8 down. Right? Then we have 8 to the left, 8 to the right. So you bring out that box. Once I've done that, I have this. We have A, B, C, and D. So we're going to have an arc here, a circle here. So you can just join from this point to this point, and from this point to this point. This is what we have here. So I can place it here to cover here. And I'll place it here to cover here. And I'll place it here to cover here. Also here too, to close it up. So let me take that out. So you come here also, you do the same thing, right? So I'll just at the center point, then you transfer, get a new center line here. So at the center line here. You mark here. At the center there. Over there. So you do the same thing. And just focus on this. And also you can also get the center point here to mark here. And you do the same thing you did here. From this end, you mark your 8, right? You come here, you mark 8 here, 8 up, 8 down, and here. So you close it up. So at this point here, this is where you just take your compass to this point to close it up. Right? Then transfer the center line here. This point here that I used to get this arc, transfer it to this point here. That one used to get the other one. So I can easily thicken it out. And the other one here too, this arc used to get this, transfer it here. That's what we use to get this. So I'll thicken it out. So the next thing we'll be doing here, right, is to draw the curve that we have here. So we will now get the center of this shape here. Let me take it up so you get a good picture about what I want to do. So in doing that, we know that from here to here is 40, right? So I am going to take half of it, which is 20. So let's do that. But before then, I'll just take the radius of this to this, which is 40. I'll mark this other side. You see that both of them are 40. Can you see that? Same thing as here too. Here to here is also what, 40. So I'll take my instrument here, as you can see, just like join from here to here. Now, if I should draw the diagonals this way, from this point to this point, right, and get the half of this figure, this is what I'll be having here. So the center of it is here, right? You can actually check it to see if it's truly 40 millimeter. So let's see. From 0, so it is. So from 2 to 2 is 40, so this is the center here. So we're on point. Now I'll draw this out here. Here. And I'll join from this end to this end, and this end to this end here. So this is where they are meeting here. So you take your compass, place it at this end here. Then you come to this point here, so that you can close it up. Hope you can see that. And you come here also, you close it here. You can get this back too. Hope you can see that. So I can easily thicken that part off this way. So I can thicken this too. Already there. What you've done here, you do it at the base too. So what you just simply have to do is not much. Just bring this one down from here, straight down. Then you bring diagonal from this end to this end. Then you transfer the point down from this point. It's coming here, this is what I just need. Right? And here also. Bring it down and take it down. So I need just this point and this point here. And this point here. So let's just do that and see what happens. If I should take my compass from this end here, I'll take it here and I'll draw a semicircle. And when I place it here, I'll close it up. Sorry, you can see that. And I'll just draw a straight line from here. Right? So there's a circle here, just like the rest of the circle. I'll be at this center here. So I'm going to draw the circle here. This is the same measurement, which is 8, right? From here to here is 8. I'll just place it at this point here, and I'll mark 8 to the left, 8 downward, 8 to the right, then 8 here. So I'll measure 8 all round. So I'll use my instrument and I'll close it up. So I'm inside here. I'm going to draw out my circle. So I'll join from this end to this end. And before I proceed, if you want to draw the orthographic projection of this figure here, you can click on this link at the top right corner here to take you to where you can see how to draw the orthographic view of this figure here. Let's proceed. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also share the video. Right? So I'll join from here to this end to here. Right? So with the help of my compass, I'll place it here and I'm going to connect from here to here. Can you see that? And I'll place it here too and connect from here to here. And I'll place it here. I'll connect from here to this point here. And I'll place it here. I'll connect from this point to this point here. So I can take it out, and this is what I'll be having here. This is what we have here, right? So the next thing is, let's see if we can have, because looking in from this direction, this angle, there might be something here. So what you do is draw a straight line from this end here down, measure, draw a straight line from this end here, draw it down, measure 25, like this, measure 12, sorry. So from 0 to 12 from this end is meeting here. Then here also do the same thing too, measure 12 downward, 0 to 12 is here. So from that point, you can take your compass to this point here, you measure 12. So we have in this. That's what we have there. So I can easily just tick in that here, this mark here. So this is what we have here. We have successfully reproduced this figure that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen using isometric projection. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching. So this is what we have here.